People say some really mean things to skinny people, and it's probably why skinny bitches are so mean. I mean, it's way meaner than you look like you need a sandwich, because, I mean, you know, you can honestly always say, you look like you don't, but I don't stoop to their level. I take the high road because I'm higher than high most of the time. But I don't say you look like you don't need a sandwich, because that would be mean. And I don't say mean things because I'm not mean like the rest of these skinny bitches. And I know that sounds offensive, but it's not, and I'll explain, because evidently old white guys saying offensive things and then explaining why they're not offensive is really popular right now. It's right up there with mansplaining, you know, when a man over-explains something that didn't need to be explained in the first place, then he goes a reprise, an encore, a DJ remix, all because he's high, but because he has a penis, it's called mansplaining. And I kind of mansplained what mansplaining is, so that was kind of awesome. But I mean, guys, remember, you're toxic. If you explain you're high, you have a penis. I mean, it's just, you know, it's a thing these days. And so just, even though the only reason you do it is because you're high, what gets you in trouble is that you do it with your penis. Because everything you do is an extension of your penis. You think with your penis, and you use your penis as a weapon. And as guys, we don't even say anything to object to that, because honestly, it just sounds so cool, but we don't understand it. We certainly don't know how to do it, or we would try to do a way better job of it. I think my reptilian brain would need a woman to explain it to me until I could repeat it back, but that could be interpreted as mansplaining, and you don't want to do that, because that could be offensive, because you have a penis. Even though repeating back what someone has said is the hallmark of being a good listener, if you do it with a penis, it's offensive. I know, that's why I do it. I mean, I get why women would have this, like, dynamic with their husbands and boyfriends. I mean, as long as you have him trapped in the web, you tricked him into entering, you get to torture him in all the ways. I get that. But not me. I'm not the bad guy. You don't get to berate me at work for being knowledgeable and willing to fully impart that knowledge unto others less fortunate in the knowledge department. Which reminds me, gay guys, don't have sex with your female coworkers. And don't have sex with your female friends. They'll be mean to you forever. Don't do it, especially after eating a bunch of mushrooms. And then she started talking about how, like, sex with a woman is the gayest thing you can do. And it made so much sense at the time. I did get sucked up into her psychedelic conversion camp for a while. So if you're already anticipating that this should end with a warning to never do mushrooms, you would be wrong. It shouldn't, and it doesn't. But guys, keep in mind, if you finally changed after having been berated for giving one-word answers like some kind of Neanderthal, and have finally started trying to communicate, as you've been asked to do repeatedly for years, ad nauseum, you should have known it was a trick and you have no one but yourselves to blame. I mean, a good rule of thumb when asked a question is to say, honey, would you like a one-word answer? Or would you like a more than one-word answer, dear? And if you'd like a more than one-word answer, would you just stop me when I finally have explained it fully enough for you to comprehend what I'm trying to get across to you? That goes over really well. Try that. Because straight guys are dumb, right? That's what your wives think, but it's not true. I mean, even though you did kind of fall for the oldest trick in the book, but it's not your fault. It's not like you walked into a pit marked quicksand. Someone mislabeled a sign. You walked into a pit of quicksand marked marriage. So just remember, if you over-explain and you might be high and you have a penis, and I'm thinking even these days most guys have at least 2 out of 3 of those, just remember, be careful in the interest of being sensitive, because it can be a trigger. It's called penis envy. You can look it up. Penis envy. And I'm so baked, I lost my train of thought. I have no idea where I was going with this. Oh, score! That's what I'm saying. When men are really baked, they just over-explain, and then they have no idea where they're going with it. And then, I did it again. I'm such a stupid skinny bitch tonight. Score again! That's what I was saying. Why, I can say skinny bitches and it's not offensive. And I was at this party of old high school friends, standing with a couple of women, one of who was, the psilocybin succubus. And I just made a joke. I gestured to a couple of women who have always been skinny and beautiful. I said, look at all the skinny bitches standing together. She goes, yeah, you should go stand with them. So I'm going to go stand with the skinny bitches. Y'all have a good night. Thank you to the host.